Favorite, of course, the second place finisher of the Spring Championship, but still, Goddess looking incredibly strong. If Goddess can get that extension, get those longer games, that's more time for Goddess to figure out how Shadow's going to dodge out of those guitar strings. Meanwhile, Shadoww, big axe strings, right? Shadoww was able to get a whole lot of damage real quick, so Goddess has got to be careful about getting caught by those axe strings.
Now, Goddess did have a handle on how to play against Bailey's axe, so it might be some growing pains for Goddess to figure out how to fight Shadoww's axe here. Going to be going in with the defense stance here for Shadoww, going from 3 to 4, give a little bit more survivability. And another map we don't see very often here in the Crystal Temple with those low, soft platforms and those tiny walls.
Yeah, another one of those small wall maps, but of course this one does have those soft platforms that like you were talking about. They're at just the right height where sometimes you're gonna get a ledge canceled dash out of getting hit when you're trying to dodge left or right, so that's something that these players are gonna have to be careful about, especially Shadoww if he gets caught by, like, I think it's a guitar downlight, I want to say, where if they get caught at just the right spot, might end up dashing when they're trying to dodge.
Yeah, for me, this is always a map. If I was in a tournament, I would ban it. This isn't my #1 ban map, so I don't ban it in ranked. But if I was in a tournament, I would ban this map every time. Those platforms are just the right height to be annoying at all times, at least for me. Ooh, nice!
Just a raw down
right in the middle.
Shadoww. Going back to Spring Championship, Shadoww did beat out Goddess in the losers finals to earn their spot in the winner or in the grand final. So this is looking like a repeat from Spring Championship. Nice weapon toss from Shadoww to stop the pressure at the top of the map from Goddess.
Shadoww was just kind of controlling the ground, wanting to punish the landing from Goddess. Weapon spawn coming in. Goddess spot dodges, picks up a pair of guitars, throws them away. Shadoww also disarming. Goddess is able to grab the sword even though Shadoww was closer. Weapon spawn coming in, jump side air. Sword v sword.
Jeez, that neutral light launching Shadoww from the far left side of the stage off screen. Still not enough. The side light is not going to be the knockout tool. Downlight recovery. Goddess able to even up the stocks.
That sidelight really should have been a D-light punish. That was pretty much a free kill. At least Goddess was able to find the knockout right after that. There is still a weapon spawn on the field. You see Shadoww trying to take the long road over to it. Doesn't want to beeline for it. Take any more punishment from Goddess. But even though the axe is in hand, oh man!
Big three-piece coming out from Shadoww. Able to utilize those soft platforms again. So those soft platforms, they can be your friend or your enemy as Goddess connects with a neutral signature that unfortunately bounces Shadoww off the stage, and Shadoww with another sword down sig to take a stock off of Goddess.
If Goddess would have hit that insig just like a little bit closer to the edge, like maybe one character link, maybe even as little as half a character link towards the edge, that would have been a perfect spike into the knockout.
I don't think it would have straight knocked out. Like, I don't think there was quite enough damage, but still, it could have easily led to it. It gives such a huge advantage to the Asuri player, but the Asuri player is able to land the down air, and Goddess is staying close, but still Goddess is behind. Shadoww just getting these stocks just before Goddess.
There, D-Light, Goddess backing up just a little bit in light. Shadoww answering back with 2, 3, 4 hits. Shadoww maintaining just a little bit of a lead here. There is a weapon spawn on the field. Is Shadoww going to swap to the axe?
Ooh.
I can't believe that didn't
lasting
despawn.
just long enough.
A lot of active frames in that signature. Not quite as fast as the sword down signature. So Shadoww took a little bit of punishment there. Oh, wants the side air, gets the side air. Out comes the taunt. And Shadoww is going to take game 1.
Goddess actually had the damage advantage. I think it was like 574 to 556. It was in Goddess's favor, but Shadoww just able to get those stocks so much faster. Those big signatures coming out from the Brawlhalla, those sword down signatures, finishing off 2 of the 3 stocks of Goddess. Goddess, if they're able to get these stocks earlier, they might be able to take the set.
Goddess able to find first weapon. In comes the weapon, and Shadoww grabs it immediately. Goddess was just a little bit too low. Couldn't put too much out to deny the weapon. Goddess throws the weapon away. It's a sword toss to the right. Shadoww zoning Goddess away. That clash almost keeping Goddess from that weapon for a little bit longer. Man, Goddess is already orange so fast. 23 seconds into the game.
Axe hits hard. Side light, neutral air, Shadoww going for the side air. That's the second time Shadow's gone for. Oh, snap! Just a raw ground pound in the weapon toss. Goddess takes the first stock.
Goddess weapon tosses, man. They've been solid on the edge, especially with how tiny those Katars are. Throwing them on the edge. Goddess has found a number of really clutch, knockout securing weapon tosses.
Yeah, the precision weapon tosses. Again, a weapon toss coming out from Goddess. Big commit on that ground pound. Down air might be enough. Yes, Goddess gonna take another one.
Now Shadoww has to really worry about those immediate edge answers from Goddess.
Yeah, Shadow's got to be worried about offstage now.
Yeah, he's got to have to be really careful.
No.
Like, do you dodge immediately and blow your dodge that early? Because then Goddess can just follow it up. Goddess is still alive.
And you see Goddess going for the big offstage play. Shadoww finally lands the ground pound to take a stock off of Goddess, but still lead very much in Goddess's favor here in game number 2.
So Goddess is not wanting to edge guard against Bailey earlier was either a Bailey thing or a Taros thing, because Goddess is not afraid to go in.
Yeah, I'm saying Goddess respects Hammer. It was the fear of the Hammer recovery, the fear of the potential gravity cancel neutral signature. Great chase up from Goddess. If there's a little bit more damage on Shadoww, that nair might have been enough to finish it off, but it's going to be the offstage attempt. Shadoww gets back to the wall safely. Lots of swings coming out from Shadoww, none of them landing. Goddess outspacing the axe.
Nice little punish from Shadoww with the down signature. Goddess still unafraid, despite respecting Hammer or Taros earlier, does not care about Shadow's axe going in unarmed against axe on the edge of falling neutral air. Chase dodging up. There's a really high weapon toss. Tried to go for the setup. It was so close.
Goddess one of the style points for the finish. It's going to be a side air from Shadoww, and Shadoww going to taunt, feeling confident as we're going into the final stocks here in game number 2, but just a straight recovery is all Goddess needs to close out the game.
If you see those taunts and you're like, man, those taunts are neato. I really want those taunts. They're in the battle pass.
How do you get them? How do you get them?
The battle
bonus
pass.
Points if you can tell me what tier that taunt's on.
I don't know. Isn't it like one of them is one of them on 1?
I don't actually know.
Dude, you worked there.
Yeah, I gotta grind the battle pass just like everyone else. I know I have to hit the finish line. I don't care what's along the way. It's about the destination, not the journey.
You should know. I don't know how to find all the tracks without like
you go to
in the client.
Yeah, you can look at it in the client.
Well, I'm looking at a game in the client right now.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm saying those of you at home who maybe have Brawlhalla in one monitor and then have the tournament on the other, they can let us know. But meanwhile, game number 3 between Goddess and Shadoww. Shadoww with the axe in hand, Goddess with the Katars again. No character swaps on either side.
The handstand on like one finger one, that's super early. I think that's the first one you get. That's the one I think might be level 1, but it might be a little bit later than that.
I want to say it's like 15. Like I think I almost have it. Or maybe that's the Kung Fu salute. Either way, Shadoww offstage. The nair's gonna save Shadoww. Might be a big turnaround, but Goddess gets above the ground pound.
Neutral light coming out from Goddess. Neutral air coming out from Goddess. Has Shadoww in the red. Shadoww disarmed. Goddess picks up a sword. There is a weapon spawn. Chase dodges over to it. Weapon toss coming out from Goddess. It hits. D-light recovery. Goddess not in the red yet. Barely even sitting off screen. Floating high. Hits the down air. No follow-up off the bounce. Neutral light sending off screen. Weapon still in hand of Goddess. No toss coming out. Somehow beats out the side air with a turnaround neutral light. There is a weapon spawn on the field. It's going to be a side air to get priority. Was that a gravity cancel side signature?
Yeah! Goddess with the big call out, just going straight for the side air onto Shadow's side signature. and that means Goddess is going to take the first stock. This is what I was talking about at the end of game number 1. If Goddess is able to get those stocks earlier, then they're going to be able to run away with the set, and that's what happened in game number 2, and that's what it's looking like here for game number 3.
See Goddess chase dodging over the edge, wants to stay right on top of Shadoww, immediately punishes that down signature.
Stuck on this corner, but Shadoww goes for the offstage downlight. Maybe was looking for like a downlight sider, considering they're so close to that left side. It's going to be the down signature again from Shadoww to even up the stocks, but they're hurting a little bit as they switch over to the axe.
Neutral light coming out from Shadoww. Gonna have to find a bunch of hits. Ooh!
Nice.
Might just be the big ones, like the down air, ground pound, and a down air. Weapon toss coming out from Goddess. Ooh, wanted the gravity cancel D-light into the ground pound for the knockout. Shadoww here finding this lead. Trading hits back and forth.
Pressure. Got the damage evened up between the two of them. Goddess now with that stage control again goes for the downlight, and Shadow's going to be able to get up safely. A big ground pound from Shadoww will take the stock lead.
Swapping back over to the axe. The immediate unarmed recovery from Goddess. Second one and the third one missing. There is a weapon spawn on the field. You're seeing Shadoww throwing out those downlights, trying to cover Goddess's approach. Spot dodging and gets the knockout with the recovery. Beautiful spot dodge through the neutral light from Shadoww.
That was a great call out from Goddess, recognizing that Shadoww off the weapon toss started to move forward and was, of course, going to go for that pickup neutral light. Goddess able to read it and get the knockout. Now we're into the final stocks here in game number 3, and they are completely even.
Shadow's axe is really starting to do a good job of trading hit for hit with Goddess. Now we're seeing a little bit of momentum coming out from Goddess, but still, Shadoww finds 2 or 3 hits, and they're again even. Despite all that work that Goddess is doing. Side light, dare, neutral light.
Oh!
My God!
Oh! All he needed was 3. 3 hits, the 3-piece from Shadoww to close out game number 3. And that's what you were talking about, right? Where Goddess was getting all these momentum moments, right? Getting so many Qatar hits, and Shadoww just needs 1 or 2 hits, maybe even a third one, and Shadoww completely takes back all of that lead that Goddess was building.
Like, the number of hits was in Goddess's favor, 3-1. But that's all it took from Shadoww, was 1 hit was doing as much damage as 2 or 3 hits from Goddess. And then the end, man. Axair, what a monster.
Oh, just the hit-for-hit trades are gonna be in Shadow's favor when Goddess is on those Qatars. Unfortunately, Qatars, they don't have the highest per-hit damage, but of course they have that string potential. If Shadoww is not careful about the way they dodge, Goddess can easily build quite a bit of damage.
Now they're going sword for sword. See, both of them playing somewhat aggressively, kind of sticking on top of one another, recovering after recovering. That dare almost sending Shadoww straight down, but it's going to be the straight up send from Goddess that's going to find the knockout. Clean stock.
Goddess untouched. That's the first tick of damage. That down air, just a little bit of boot, putting that dirt onto Goddess's health bar, but still Goddess with a massive lead in game number 4.
Toss going over. Shadow's going to be unarmed. Finds the axe pickup. Goddess trying to land with a nair. Shadow's going to call it out. Nice 2-hit. There's 3 hits.
Ooh. Tried to delay it. You saw Shadoww charging that ground pound, but Goddess had just enough iframes on that one. Shadow's going to struggle now to get that finishing blow. It's got to be a side air as Goddess can get the setup. Downlight, down air, extra damage to guarantee that recovery knocks out.
That's not the easiest thing to hit, man.
It's not.
I thought it was a lot easier than it actually was. But then I tried labbing it one day, and I found out like the way you hit the dare really determines how you can hit the recovery, and if you can hit the recovery at all.
Yeah, if you hit it too far to the side, they're going to just bounce far away, and the recovery's not going to hit. Even if you hit it just a little bit outside of that down air swing, might just put them just far enough that they can dodge out of that recovery.
But holy cow, does it kill so much earlier.
Especially on small Brawlhaven, where Goddess is leading over Shadoww. Stock advantage. Shadow's going to go for the commit with that ground pound, and Goddess wants the unarmed. Another down air. Goes for the downlight, but Shadoww just to the side of it.
Ground pound from Shadoww is going to get the knockout. Goddess has been so close with a bunch of those gravity cancel D-lights, but unfortunately hasn't found the right mix of positioning and timing.
Whoa! What? That neutral light just dropped?
The rare sword in-light
it.
drop. I don't know if I've ever seen just a raw in-light like that drop. I've seen some like goofy ones on the edge maybe drop, but that was a strange interaction.
Yeah, when it happens on walls, it's like, all right, sometimes the character model can't go into the wall, so it'll drop. But that one was definitely something that caught everyone off guard, and Goddess able to shake it off a little bit faster than Shadoww as Goddess takes game number 4 and is going to be putting this into game number 5.
Man's coming out from Shadoww, leaving Crystal, Small Enigma, and Small Great Hall up. And we're going to Small Enigma, leaving the platform maps, except not leaving Miami Dome.
Yeah, interesting to leave these tri-platforms, considering Shadow's shown that they're able to use the sidelight neutral air into the ledge cancel downlight fairly effectively. I think Goddess has kind of forgotten, considering Shadoww did it in game number 1, and since then has been primarily going for the follow-up side air off the nair. But Goddess has got to be careful about these tri-platforms. Shadoww can go for it. Goes for a gravity cancel sidelight, trying to read that dodge down from Goddess.
Nice spacing from Goddess. Neutral light from Shadoww over onto the edge. A little bit of a D-light. Don't know if he meant to kind of cancel that over on the edge or if he went to do a fast fall down air. Just got caught on the edge.
That's like the third or fourth time Goddess has gotten a dare into the wall and then gone for an immediate gravity cancel downlight and has been just shy of hitting Shadoww. I want to see if Goddess will make an adjust. Maybe try to like reach out a little bit further before they go for it, or just going for like a straight side air, like a different follow-up off of the down air.
I want to see Goddess get it. You know they want it real bad.
True.
I want it real bad. That's one of like my favorite normal moves to hit is just GC D-light into the ground pound on the edge. It is one of the most satisfying things in all of Brawlhalla to do. And I'll put that up against like a 10-hit 2v2 team combo. Like, nah, give me D-light ground pound all day.
Yeah, it definitely is very satisfying when you are the one who connects with it. Meanwhile, definitely not satisfying to be a stock behind as Shadoww switches over to the axe, goes for the recovery, expecting Goddess to try to kind of jump out after that nair. Didn't quite connect. Again, Goddess able to change up how they're reacting out of the neutral air, and it's making it troublesome for Shadoww to get that extra damage, that third hit for the knockout.
Good punish there from Goddess. Also finds the weapon and a 4-piece. And the neutral light for the 5th hit in a row from Goddess. Still unkillable so far. 2 minutes into this game. Might be finding 2 knockouts and does with the neutral air. What is this, 2017 Brawlhalla?
Oh my goodness, Goddess taking us back to the olden days as Goddess is now 3 stocks up over Shadoww's 1. Goes for the falling neutral air, that ground pound, awkward launch, and Goddess could still get the wall. How is Goddess extending these stocks? Oh no, oh no, don't do it, doesn't even matter.
Goddess takes the JV3 by full committing to the edge guard against Shadoww. Unfortunately for Goddess, died first, so it wasn't technically a 3-stock, but still forced Shadoww, dangled that bait in front of Shadow's face saying, oh, look at me, I'm down here, better try and kill me. And then Shadoww didn't have enough movement options to get back. That didn't even count as a knockout for Shadoww in the game. It counted as an accident on Goddess.
That is going to be Goddess upsetting Shadoww. Shadoww again was the person to take 2nd place in Spring Championship, the person to beat Goddess to earn that 2nd place finish against Kyler Alice, and that means Goddess is going up, beating the odds, and going to be going in